team that gets there in the losers bracket instead of 2 separate series. So it's going to be a best of 7. But Super Tease's team only has to win twice versus the team coming from the losers bracket is going to have to win 4 times. So here we go. The very first map of this best of 5 series between Magic Man and Get a Grip, Get a Life is going to be the one and only the Grand Arena, of course.
Intro or right?
Alright everybody, welcome to the Grand Arena. We got the Get a Grip, Get a Life, Rostiajones, Khryl, and Elite, the previous champions of tournament number 11, going up against the RLD Magic Men, aka the RLD Dream Team. We have Nessper, Dota, and Pinkrangers here in the semifinals in this best of 5. Here we go. Jumping right on into it.
Here we go. So we're looking to see a Khryl and Elite using that disarm Hodge combo on either Nessper, Lock God, or Pinkrangers. Really anyone they want. I think anyone is a target for this God comp. Nessper immediately running in, getting the sap onto Elite actually, trying to push in. Not really getting too much done with that sap, pushing back, trying to get another sap, but it looks like he's just going to cheap shot Elite and run over to Rostiajones, garrote him, and start off this game onto Khryl.
Yeah, he's just bouncing over to everyone, cheap shotting, garroting them all. Full kidney now onto Khryl. Full fear onto Elite. Good cross CC from the RLD here. Good pressure onto Khryl. Might be an early disperse as a result. 30% Elite leaves that fear, gets the execution sense off. Now damage is flying in at Nessper. He's going to Cloak of Shadows immediately out of that Horrify. He's going to escape that first burst window with his Trinket, but now he's caught into a Hodge. Pinkrangers coming out of the polys, though. Both teams should be equalizing.
Yeah, Nessper was able to get that feint up for that Hodge, so he's going to be completely fine if he has feint up. And that's the power of the disarm Hodge, is that the feint actually falls, and that's what allows rogues to be killed. Otherwise, they're a really hard target. Lock God getting spam CC'd right now, deciding to use that Unbound Will to get out. The bomb actually coming out from Nessper onto Khryl right now, but he's able to get out of that. He is taking a lot of damage. The sack is up from Elite. Has that fear up, getting spam feared by Dota at the moment. If he can get any heals onto Khryl, he might be able to survive, but this could be his disperse, so they were able to force the disperse there. Beautiful fears by Lock God. But this is the deep disarm on a Pinkrangers, a little bit of an overlap with the DR Hodge, and because of that, Pinkrangers is going to be fine with just the Barksian.
Yeah, and it's important that he actually used his Trinket as well, so next swap could be deadly onto Pinkrangers. I'd imagine Khryl and Rosita are going to want to set up for that, but Kryl's got to be careful with no disperse. Elite's going to have to use some cooldowns to keep him alive for that next red buff. They are forcing Nessper on the defensive here. He's very worried about pushing in. The Iron Bar got thrown up by Pinkrangers as well, and he still can't top him off. Khryl just pumping out some deeps into him. Finally, the Genesis going to top off Nessper. Rosita spamming Polymorph Sphere onto Lock God. Kryl's moving in with the Spectral guys. Deep Freeze onto Pinkrangers. This is a wombo combo one-shot coming onto him. He's loaded up with full dots into the DR Hodge. Devouring Plague comes up into the Horrify. He lands the Horrify on the Blink. He's got to make sure that he silences him out of this, but he's CC'd. He can't chain it with the silence, and Pinkrangers is going to line of sight and live because of that.
He's going to get his 3 Trents out, just line of sight and able to top himself, but it's still scary as his Barksian coming up in another 5 seconds, but God Cop can kill through that if they do get the ideal setup. Kryl's still the target of choice for Lockout TKO, and Nessper Rostiajones using a block. Offensively there, he's going to have one more, but he might be a viable target for them. Most likely not, because of how tanky mages are. Khryl caught into that full kidney shot at the moment, taking a lot of damage. Elite getting spam feared by Dota. The bop coming out from Elite onto Khryl, but he's down to 5% HP. Save of the Light is already proc. The haunts come in, and Dota just going crazy there with those haunts.
My gosh. There it is. The first game is going to go to Magic Men, the RLD, and they're bringing it back against Get a Grip, Get a Life. What do you think, Supa? What's your thoughts?
I'm happy.
I think you know who he wants to win. You okay? You get some water down the wrong tube? Oh no!
Are you alive? Did I kill Dmachine?
No.
Is he dead?
Let's have a moment of silence, everyone on stream. Please spam your Bible thumbs. We wish Dmachine the best.
We'll send our regards to Clutter.
All almost died, guys.
Did
That was
Nessper killing
awful.
spree Khryl or Dmachine?
It's still there. I can't get rid of it. Alright. Sorry, I was just so surprised by what happened that game that my drink went down the wrong tube.
It happens.
It still hurts.
It burns.
It burns.
You have food in your life. It's not going to feel good.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue on for all of you. I'm going to go ahead and ask Khryl what the next map is going to be. Did I choke on a tadpole? No!
That's the best one.
I didn't choke on a tadpole!
That is the best one anyone could have typed.
I choked on this, man. It's delicious, but it's terrible for you. It's got more sugar in it than anything else. Apparently my lungs wanted some sugar. The next map chosen by this Holy Pally God Comp is going to be on Dalaran Sewers. Here we go. Here we go. The queue went out. Nothing's happening. I'm going to try this again. More game requests going out.
GTV Episode 3, Revenge of the Tadpole.
Oh my gosh. Alright. I'm sending out the request, but no, it's going nowhere. It's peculiar. Secret ingredient tadpoles. No. No. The next map is going to be Dalaran Sewers, guys. Alright guys, welcome to Dalaran Sewers. I'm gonna let you guys talk a bit. This still hurts. I mean,
they have a pretty decent strategy nailed down. They don't really go for like the AoE rod pressure because they know Elite's capable of healing through it, so they focus more on CCing him, fearing him constantly off the DRs, trying not to break those fears. So I think it's a good playstyle choice.
Yeah, I think so too. Elite actually got caught off guard there a little bit by the burst that was coming in from Dota. I think they all did, because I've never really seen this RLD play like that. They really focus on just single target pressure. Like you said, Elite actually was in a bubble when Khryl died, so if he had bubbled a little bit earlier, we probably would have been able to save him.
Yeah, early sap onto Rosita. Nessper trying to find Elite, I would imagine, with the next sap. He does have to cheap shot him, unfortunately. He moves over and cheap shots Khryl. He's going to be the target. Rosita spamming the defensive polymorphs. He's going to lock down the haunt spam from Lockgod. No, he's going to lock the second poly out, throw some fears now onto Rosita. And the blind on Elite. He managed to sit through, but Krill's dipping low here. It might be an execution sense. DR'd Howl of Terror. A lot of damage coming in, but the Horrify into Hodgin and Nessper now trying to turn it around on him. He's trying to sit through this and use his cloak afterwards. He really needs to be careful, though. At 12%, gets the cloak off. Pinkrangers into the silence. He's going to camp Bear for him to avoid the polys. Nesper's got to be a little careful, though.
Yeah, he's got to be really careful, because even if there's only 1 second left on the stun, if Feint falls, that's when Rostiajones is going to be throwing in those Ice Novas, which is most of his damage. So definitely got to watch out for that. Dota actually going for a gateway right now, doing a little box-to-box gateway. That's going to make it nice for Nessper to get in and out quickly if he has to overextend. Khryl pushing in for a fear on the Pinkrangers, but Dota shutting it down with the Howl of Terror, and Pinkrangers able to escape Krill's fear for now.
Yeah, Rosita trying to shut down Lockgod here. Nessper gets Hodge. Pinkrangers manages to dispel it and get the Iron Bark off. He's going to be just fine to push in offensive here with a fear onto Elite. Full kidney onto Khryl. Haunt connects on him. Lockgod's polyed right now. Spamming the fears over and over, though. Attempting to get them up, but he is getting polymorphed relentlessly. Khryl dipping low here, but Rosita doing a good job denying Lockgod for the remaining amount of CC onto Elite. With the remaining seconds of his Avenger Wrath, he should be able to top his team off. Nessper trying to find the target there, Khryl, and he's waiting for that buff to build up to get the full kidney shot, red spree, possibly with a smoke bomb to just get the dispersion out of the way. They got to start working through those cooldowns.
That is a full Hodge on Nessper, though. He is going to get dispelled out of that by Pinkrangers before he goes into the deep freeze and fear. So I think because of that dispel, Nesper's going to be fine. They need to really clean up these swaps so Pinkrangers can't dispel the Hodges and the disarms on Nessper. Otherwise, he's going to be completely fine.
Yeah, definitely cross CCing, but they're going to actually swap to Lockgod TKO in this Horrify. Pinkrangers isn't CC'd, so he should be able to heal through this. Lockgod pulls out a pet to get that Soul Link now as well, and he's going to have 2 counter spells available as also, and he's still fully hotted with no CC. They can push offensive now. Adrenaline Rush coming out onto Khryl. Elite is positioned very far back, and the Polymarth's getting spammed out. Whenever that kidney shot happens, Rosita is crowd controlling Dota, but now he has no more Polymorph DRs. The Dark Soul comes out. He does counterspell the UA, but Krill's taking so much damage from Nessper still. Cheap shot onto Elite. The killing spree coming out. Krill's got to be careful. 14% doesn't disperse, and Nessper is going to take this one quick. One more map remaining, and really did not expect this.
I feel like this Godcom is just being caught off guard. I mean, they're dying with cooldowns. I just don't think they expect the damage that's coming out. Elite still had his bubble, he used his trinket, but Khryl had disperse as well.
Interesting,
like you
man.
said.
Very, very peculiar. I don't know, man, but Magic Men, they're pulling something out. It is currently 2-0. 2-0 in a best of 5. One more map, and Magic Men's going to the finals. Here we go, guys. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and ask this Holy Pally Godcom team what map they want next, and I'm not going to take a drink of this lemonade again for the rest of the night.
Come on, you can do it.
I'm scared of it now. Alright.
Let's get a straw or something. It'll be good.
I do. I need a straw.
Why do you need a straw?
I don't know. It's convenient. And it helps my teeth, right? Doesn't straws help your teeth?
Maybe. I mean, it depends what you're drinking, I think.
Depends
no
on
matter
what
what.
you're drinking. I think some people drink like tea and coffee with like a metal straw so they don't stain their teeth. But
Whoa, a metal straw?
yeah.
Damn.
What the? What's a metal? What the?
Never heard of that?
I want to
No.
see your transmog.
I want to see a metal straw. Do you have one? Can you show us?
Can you come outside of the garrison?
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Get a-
Where you're outside the garrison?
Let's
I'll
judge
show you.
let's judge Venriki's transmog here stream. Can
I
I
want
show
to
the
see it.
stream?
I want to see it. I want to see it.
You want to see the straw?
Yeah.
No.
It's
Oh,
called
both.
it's called. Oh, you want to see the trans? The straw is called a bombila for tea.
Bombila?
Metal. It has a little. Yeah, it has a strainer on it, so you don't like. It's for loose leaf tea.
Oh wow, cool.
I'll show you. Alright, and I'll show you my transmog too. I've been working on this one a little bit, you know. If you guys like it. Where are you?
I'm outside the garrison. I don't see any of you.
I'm coming.
I see Pippers. Who's Pippers? Oh, it's Shelly's pet. I don't know who Shelly is. It's a pretty pippery Pippers pet. Running
I'm
around.
here,
I see
Dmachine.
Ven.
I don't see you. Oh, you're way out there.
Let's take a quick look at Ven's transmog, guys. Zooming right in. Ooh, that is a sweet transmog, man.
What is it? Ooh, you're like a priest.
Oh, I
You need
like.
better shoulders. I don't really like that. I mean, the yellow,
Can you
it
get
pairs
off
up
your
well,
mount real
but...
For sure.
Oh man, I like that that gold and gray and white. As you can see
Thanks,
with
man.
GCD TV.
I think it does work together. I just wish, I don't know, I feel like the shoulders are a little bit out of place.
I like the shoulder badges match well. All right, enough with transmogs. Let's go. Let's jump into the action here, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I was really interested. That's a pretty sweet transmog. I like the cloak too and the hood. Man, I'm a pretty big fan of that transmog, I must say. The
Thanks,
shoulders
dude.
do too match, man. It's the little badges match.
Alright.
What WTF is that transmog, man? 0 out of 10. Take tips from Rosita. That's atrocious. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you
I
guys
mean,
said,
whenever you compare anyone to Rosita, you're a 0 out of 10. Anybody.
yeah, it's not very fair, is it? Alright, guys, but here we go. It's Ruins of Lordaeron. The Holy Valley GodComp brought it to Ruins of Lordaeron. Can you guys, what do you think their thought process is bringing the game here?
They want to kill Pinkrangers. I think they're tired
Yeah,
of playing, scared they're going to go after him a bit.
Alright, there it is.
I think they have a
They're
really good
angry.
shot at killing Pinkrangers, but it doesn't look like they're on their air game today. A lot of their swaps are kind of botched, like overlapping their disarms and their hodges and their deep freezes. I
Yeah.
think if they clean it up a little bit, they could absolutely kill Pinkrangers.
I have to find out if Nessper can get a sap as well this time around. Blizzard's coming down. Not clipping anyone out of stealth just yet. Khryl throwing out the early Spectral guys. Petnova going to get combat for Elite here. Nessper has to pull back, maybe open with a cheap shot, but that's a lot of distance to cover if he wants to go for that. He's not going to make that play. Pinkrangers is in trouble. They go for the deep freeze immediately onto him. He's going to get silenced with that Barskin and Gateway to the other side of the map. Polly's onto Dota. Pinkrangers isn't going to be able to dispel those. He's still getting chased down. A bash onto Elite. He actually goes for the clone here. He's going to get horrified on it. They're not going to be able to push through it, though. Lockgod finally being able to peel, throwing the haunt now onto Rosita. They're trying to find the target. I don't think Rosita is going to be the primary one, as they want to get back onto Khryl.
Yeah, Nessper finally able to reconnect onto Khryl, popping that adrenaline rush, trying to get his red buff up as fast as possible. The full kidney shot going onto Khryl. Elite not in any CC just yet, but Pinkrangers under a lot of pressure, caught into that Hodge. He did bear form it, though, so he's not going to have to use his trinket. The DR deep freeze coming in from Rostiajones. Khryl into that kidney shot, though, not able to follow it up with silence. He doesn't actually have it up, but the Save by the Light coming up from Khryl. The wings out from Elite at the moment, trying to desperately top Khryl off. Lockgod TKO is getting spam polymorphed by Rostiajones, just trying to do as much as he can to peel off this RLD from killing Khryl.
Yeah, the smoke bomb coming down. Elite's trying to get inside of it. He does get in the smoke bomb in time with the Ore Master. He's going to get cheap shot, though, by Nessper. Haunt is still up on Khryl. He had to trinket the Fear there. Deep freeze onto Pinkrangers. They land the Ring and Fear, but I'm a little bit unsure as to what they're going after. It seems to be Nessper now. He's caught in the Hodge with no feint. He has to trinket immediately. He's going to save Cloak for as long as he can, but he might end up having to use it nonetheless. A Howl of Terror onto both DPS. He's going to use his Hellstone instead to save that Cloak of Shadows for later on, and I would imagine Pinkrangers now has to save his trinket to be able to dispel that CC so he can get it off.
Yeah, Lockgod has another Demon Soul coming up in around 26 seconds. Elite has no trinket for another 2 minutes, but Khryl still has Disperse, and Elite still has his bubble as well as a bop available. His Hodge coming up in a couple seconds, so they might try to make a move on the Pinkrangers if they can, but Khryl under a lot of pressure, down to 40% HP. Elite actually getting sapped out of that Fear, so nice sap coming out from Nessper there. Elite deciding to bubble that so you can keep Khryl offensive, and they're going to try to do a swap onto Nessper, but Pinkrangers able to just dispel the full Hodge onto him, and now he's going to be completely fine spamming up those feints.
Yeah, and they've worked through 2 ice blocks on Rosita. Maybe he's trying to bait them to swap. I don't expect the RLD to fall for that. They land a full Howl Terror. Killing Spree comes out into Khryl. He's got to be careful. Saved by the Light Procs. They shred through. He's going to disperse at 20% with the Avenging Wrath out from Elite. He's going to save him. He gets gouged on it. With a DR Fear overlap. Disperse is going to fade. Full kidney onto Elite for CC. He's going to bop it. Is it enough, though? He throws up the Fear onto Nessper. Poly onto Pinkrangers. He's dipping lower and lower. He silences Lockgod TKO here, desperately spamming flash heals as the Elite did get locked out from Dota. And now he's just spamming Fears onto Rosita. He has recovered, but that was definitely scary. And Elite's out of cooldowns.
Yeah, they've forced every cooldown. Elite's next cooldown coming up is his trinket in 24 seconds. Khryl has his trinket available to get out of that next stun as well. It looks like Rosita is taking some damage. He doesn't have a block available for another minute, but I don't think he's going to be the main target, like you said. Elite getting locked out on a heal once again by Lockgod, but they're trying to switch it over onto him, cause some pressure onto this Warlock. The Hodge coming out onto Nessper just for CC. Pinkranger getting feared up, but Lockgod's just doing a good job LOSing right now while his entire team is crowd controlled. The full kidney shot finally out onto Khryl. He's not deciding to trinket this. He knows not too much damage is coming up. He has no dots from Lockgod at the moment, so he's going to be completely fine to sit through that kidney shot.
Yeah, sounds on the Pinkrangers. Doesn't seem like they're setting too much up. Maybe trying to go for a Fear. He doesn't have it yet. Full poly lands on the Pinkrangers, though, without a deep freeze. Unfortunate. The deep freeze now onto Dota for damage. Khryl gets garroted, though, denying some damage. Now the Horrified. Krill's going to get kidneyed. He just can't follow it up. Ice Nova's come out from Rosita, but that's not going to be enough. Khryl needs to get the damage rolling here. Pinkrangers coming out of the Hodge. Dota's going to port back. The full Fear lands onto 2. Dota is alone right now, but there's just no damage. He's going to line of sight with the Soulburn port. Pull out another pet here, so he has the Soul Link and the Iron Bark now at 50% to answer the Devouring Plague thrown out by Khryl. He's going to recover. He does get locked out on the Haunt, though, slowing his offensive push just for now.
Yeah, and both teams have sort of felt each other out at this point, and they're both sort of stable, but that is the Fear onto Elite and the full kidney shot onto Khryl. Elite getting sapped once again out of that Fear by Nessper. And that is the killing spree coming out from Nessper, and Kryl's just going to die. That was a beautiful sap. Elite actually had his trinket. He had his trinket, but I guess he just didn't suspect the incoming damage from the killing spree, and he just didn't
I almost think that might have been Khryl saying, I have dispersed, when it was like 2 seconds coming up or something.
Yeah, and they're just trying to save.
Yeah, they didn't want to overlap like they did before.
Every single game they died without using cooldown, so every single game.
There it is. I mean, Magic Men. I don't know how they did it, but there it is. 3-0 coming out. And they are going to the finals.
And I think Super T is going to be happy about that.
Are you
I don't
happy
know,
about
man.
that?
I don't know. You missed the second game and how close I was to dying, by the way, I think.
Which one? Against
Just to
RLD?
Nessper. Yeah, just to Nessper. You missed how